Anyway,
Anyway,
we've got
so last segment, I believe.
Would You Rather.
Would you rather our regular recurring last segment, whereby I go on to signupgenius.com and this site has provided me with 100 would you rather questions that I ask here, and I ask him to pick a number, and then we discuss the resulting question.
Okay.
So, Kieran, can I have a number between 1 and 100, please?
99. Have I done 99?
Uh, yes, you already have done 99. That was
100. Let's go 100. Big one.
100. Okay. Would you rather have a family of 12 children or never be able to have children at all?
That is so easy. Never.
Never.
I mean, I'm not even that big on having kids anyway, so that's a no-brainer for me.
You can't see yourself as a parent?
It's not that I can't see myself as it. It's just like it's not my main priority in life. Like
Sure.
I am the kind of person to focus on my relationship and my career and friendship group. And I do have that slight fear of kids taking up a bit of that. So I'd rather have kids later on in my life if I was.
Yeah,
to
it's like for
decide to.
kids, full stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm with you there. You get people who really, really love children.
Mm.
You know, not in that way.
But I think
But,
me and Kate were talking about this yesterday, and
but
because
you know, they love like being able to have kids and watching them grow and taking them out and.
it's when I see those
But
well,
12 of them though, I think that's a bit excessive.
that's just too much. Like there's enough kids in Haunting of Hill House, so yeah.
Yeah, that's an easy one for me. So no children.
Okay.
I would rather just. I need to be in a relationship first, obviously, but
You can
that's
always go to the sperm bank.
we'll see if that goes anywhere. It won't. Spoiler alert.
Don't be too hard on yourself, dude.
Yeah,
You're a good
I feel
guy,
like I've
and you'll
given
find
up at
someone
this
who's right
point.
for you.
Especially in this lockdown period where I do know people that have gone on dates and things during lockdown, but I just feel like you wouldn't get the most out of it
Well,
at this current stage.
like me and Katie, it was very much what's the word? Like Tinder and everything like that was a needle in a haystack, and it took me ages to find someone that I believe was right for me, and there was definitely attempts before that, and
Well,
it happens. It happens at different stages, and nobody's the same, and the most important thing is to like not compare yourself to anyone else. Like not saying you do, but I think it's very important when it comes to finding someone or something, really. But anyway, let's move.
Sure.
We'll move.
So let's
Sorry for
move
that
on. I
heavy
think
one, but
we're unanimous in saying don't have children rather than 12 kids.
yeah,
Another number, please.
1.
1. Oh, okay. Would you rather? I like this one a lot, actually. Would you rather go into the past and meet your ancestors, or go into the future and meet your great great grandchildren?
Oh,
That's a great question.
I don't know. Like, I think my ancestors were quite close to the Normans, and I don't really want to have my head chopped off. And plus, I read on Ancestry or something like that one of my relatives died on the Titanic, so I wouldn't want to go down with that ship.
Yeah.
So
I
would.
want when. Oh, see, I wonder when they say ancestors. I wonder how far back that would refer to, because I don't want to go back to like caveman times.
Yeah, I would probably.
Maybe if you can choose to go back to a specific part of history,
Well,
that'd be pretty cool.
The thing is, I think you could probably go back in time and see, like you've got crimes and things like that aren't 100% proven, or you want them to be 100% proven. You can go back in the past and say you're going to meet your ancestors, but you're actually going to go and see what actually happened at that moment, at that time, and you can give that evidence back to the future and go, this is what happened, with OJ or something like that. So that'd be quite useful. There's more reasons for that. Whereas going into the future is very much, when is climate change going to be much more of an issue? What's going to happen? When when are the UK gonna have a good prime minister?
Are we going to still be stuck in this bloody pandemic
Yeah,
by then?
exactly. So
You know,
I think
but yeah, essentially,
I would say future personally because I think it's more useful.
okay. I mean, I'd rather there are some days where I'd rather the future was ambiguous,
I
you know,
think you
and that
can.
you create your own destiny, you know, and you don't cheat yourself out of it by going forward and seeing what has actually happened.
Yeah, I think for me, it's you can't change the past, but you can alter the future because by changing the present.
Sure.
So I'm gonna
I
go
mean,
with
but
that.
say you go and meet your great great grandchildren, they're in horribly destitute and in poverty, and you have to like make it the rest of your life's mission up to that point to not to eradicate that,
Mm.
from ever happening.
Yeah,
You'd be under so much pressure. Whereas I'd rather go back and also see something that's already happened, and like I don't know, it'll just be interesting to see how people, what my ancestors were like, if they were revered, if they were panned by people. I don't know.
I don't know. I'd
My origins. I'd like to find out my origins. You know what? I've always wondered where my surname came from, actually.
very. It came
Because
from this podcast, obviously.
yeah, the key art. No, no, but uh, my surname is so unique, and it's like if I do say so myself. Uh, but I've seen very little about the etymology of it.
Mm.
You know, and it'd just be interesting to see. Apparently, it is German, and it means something to do with fame, like um, wants fame. I think it translates to,
Oh,
which is
is
quite
it?
apt. Which is
Is
quite
that why you
apt.
created the
Which
podcast?
which is quite apt for me, really, because I do want a slight bit of notoriety whether it be my music or this podcast or whatever. But yeah, no, I just like to see my ancestors. I think.
Okay, that sounds good. So you're for the past, and I'm more for the future. Okay.
Okay, right. We'll do one last one, and then we'll wrap this shambles up.
Okay. I'm gonna go with 50.
50. Okay. Would you rather spend a day with your favorite athlete or your favorite movie star?
Ooh. Well, I feel like I'd have more of a career of some sort in movies, so probably favorite movie star, and um, that would probably be Tom Hanks. Is one of
I
those,
was going to say Tom Hanks as well. Either him or Brad Pitt. I do like Brad Pitt.
and I could
He's
probably
he's
get.
he's responsible for my favorite movie of all time, which is Fight Club. So
I was gonna say something very very bad then,
you
but
know what? You know what? You were you look like you were frozen there. You were sort of your mouth agape just off like that.
I was like saying, should I say it? Should I not? But no, I'm not gonna say it. It's,
Oh, don't say no, no, no. I think I know what you're talking about, but don't bring
it's
that up.
you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Athlete for me. If I can meet Dennis Bergkamp, who is my favorite footballer of all time,
hmm
and hang out with him for a day, I could die a happy man.
Who's my favorite footballer of all time? I really admire Ronaldinho. I think he's just absolutely exceptional.
Who's your favorite Spurs player of all time? I don't think we've ever covered this.
Might be Bale actually. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good shout. That's good. That's not a bad shout at all.
I mean, yeah, it would have to be either Bale or Aaron Lennon was good as
I
well.
mean, makes sense. Bale played for Tottenham. He's Welsh.
Lennon was good as well. Oh, what was his name? That defender who's their coach now. I can't remember his name. Spurs.
Pochettino. I mean, he was a defender.
I don't think he was in the
What
actual
for
team.
Spurs?
Ledley King, that's the one. He's
Ledley
exceptional.
King, really?
Aye.
It just shows the gulf between the histories of Arsenal and Spurs that I can name people like Dennis Bergkamp, Thierry Henry,
Sol Campbell.
and you can name Ledley King.
Oh,
Yeah, Sol Campbell. Sol Campbell is a weird man.
Yeah.
I've got to say, he's as much as I love him, he's a strange, strange man.
Yeah.
And if you've seen any of his Twitter videos or TikTok, no, probably actually knowing how mentally is, he probably is on TikTok. But seeing some of the videos he's posted in the past, I mean, my God. But athlete. Yeah, I just love to hang out with Dennis Bergkamp for a day.
Yeah.
Just chat.
I
Just
just,
say what's it like being Dennis Bergkamp, being the greatest footballer in the history of football?
yeah, I just can't really
In
say
my
much for
opinion.
Sol Campbell because to me, as you know, he's a traitor.
Well,
But
he's not your favourite athlete, so that's fair enough. But
yeah,
what would you ask Gareth Bale if you met him?
um, oh, I think based on what's happening right now, are you glad you didn't go to China?
Wow.